we got the boat. We got the boat in the middle of Berlin. And that was part of the complexity. You see the cranes? We got 17 cranes on this job. And actually, one day, Barenboim, the music director, made a beautiful concert, a ballet of cranes. And that was funny. And this is the finish. This is part of the job finished. This is Daimler-Benz headquarters. This is the water. I love water, I said before. Every time I don't find water, I try to take water, to bring water. And this is a markedly super beautiful sculpture. And this place that is called Marlene-Dietrich-Platz, is part of the Potsdamer Platz area. It's called Marlene-Dietrich-Platz. This is the name we gave to the piazza. It's a place that is in the middle of East Berlin and West Berlin, so today became very popular. This is what the wall was. This is a detail of the building. This is, again, how the building touched ground. Well, you know, the way building touch ground and talk to the city, to the public realm, is very important. And this is another picture showing the theater. That's the theater. This is inside the theater. This is, again, 2,400-seat theater. And let's move. Berlin was a job with a lot of historical connection. I mean, that part of the world was empty when we started the job. By the war, just a few ghosts going around, terrible. When the wall went down, it was a place with a sense of tragedy. And sometimes work suffer of too much of memory. Sometimes no memory. For example, the airport was in place without memory. But Berlin was probably loaded by an immense amount of memory. Here we come back to a smaller. The order I follow is not an order, as you understand. I just go through, because this is life. This is what happens. You know, this is where you jump from one thing to the other. Here we are in Switzerland, and this is the Baylor Foundation. It's a great collection of art. This is a scene from the lawn. It's a building about art. It's a great collection. You go there, it's about light as well. Light is something I will be happy to take as a poetic language in our scheme here in Athens. As you know, the scheme in Athens is not done. We are at the beginning. We are right now at the beginning of the project. We are schematic design. That is a good reason to talk about that today. So we are still, but probably light, natural light, will be part of the story. So I'm showing this job because natural light, transparency, is part of what I think, poetically speaking, may be a good thing to use here. And let's jump far away. This is in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific Ocean. This is New Caledonia. And 10 years ago, we made this, that is a cultural center for the Kanaki, for the Maori, for the Aborigines. The culture, the three great cultures of Pacific Rim are those ones, the Aborigine, the Maori, and the Kanaki. And this is a cultural center made up of those 10 structures that are made of wood. And it's something, it's a project, this one, that is probably at the frontier, at the edge between architecture and anthropology. You know, an architect, in some way, is also an anthropologist. You need to enter in the ritual. You need to understand. And we did. And those buildings are actually playing with nature. By the way, that big thing is 30 meters tall. It's not small. We use wood. The wood actually made the sound. It's very funny. I didn't invent anything. This is part of the place. This is part of the culture of the Pacific. Building, song, sing. I mean, the building make a sound. So those things there make a sound. Well, they make sound when the wind goes above 20 knots, but anyway. And I'm showing this picture because it's difficult to find when you are there where nature stops and the building starts. The reason why we made 10 buildings is because the culture of the Pacific is not a culture expressed by painting. Sculpture is mainly expressed by performing. It's dancing, singing, movement. And so basically this is a kind of, you know, architecture does represent, of course, the content. So architecture is always, semantically speaking, what you do is telling a story. Architecture is probably a complicated way to tell story, but it's one way to tell stories. Well, normally you tell story by writing or by making a movie or a cinema. But architecture in some way also is a complicated way to make story. But architecture always is like that. It's not just making building. That's why it's so complicated. Because on one side, architecture is about building, about creating shelters for human beings. From the other point of view, it's about telling stories, about expressing. If the story are stupid stories, of course, the buildings are not very good.